It's the week of Thanksgiving for those of you out there, you Americanos, you fellow Americans, and Pilgrim's Bounty holiday has now returned to World of Warcraft. That's right, it is live. What is the Pilgrim's Bounty? If you don't know, a little bit of feasting going on outside of the cities. You could kill some turkeys and eat some food to get the Spirit of Sharing buff. That's right, an increased reputation gained by 10%. This buff does stack with the Celebration package buff, which is a 19%, so you could see yourself currently sitting at a 29% buff to all experience and reputation gains. So that's a nice one if you're leveling alts. This is a good time to level alts if you haven't done it already. And of course, a good time to get yourself some reputations. That's right. Full-assed, fresh from Booty Bay. That is right. That's how we do the news around here. We also got some interesting patch notes to get into that I'm going to talk about here in a second. A lot of class rebalancing, so hold tight and pucker up, boys and girls. It's going to go deep. Ooh, oh man, hitting you early and often. Here we go, boys and girls. It's the giveaway. That's right. The big black long boy could be yours, and all you got to do is watch 1 hour of my shitty stream. Every hour you watch gives you another point to enter to the giveaway. 10 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. I'm streaming, and we are going to be doing this giveaway. Thanksgiving week, I'll be taking some days off, but after that, it's a straight shot until we announce the winner on December 6th. Get in here. Fall Cycle Puzzle updates. Here we go. The fourth date, we've been talking about this. I've been keeping up with it just a little bit here. This is the Fell Cycle. It's another puzzle, themed thing if you haven't been doing it. We are currently on step 7 as a community now. You can join the community Discord on this stuff. They talk about it all the time. I believe people are currently collecting rare pets as part of this. There was a cool part where they did have to go back to Uther's tomb recently to solve some puzzles over there. But yeah, it's a good time. Remember the Lucid Nightmare? I'm going to get that again on stream. I'm going to do it. I'm going to finish this damn thing. I was one step short. But this continues to go forward. I'll continue to update you guys on this thing. Again, it is the Fell Cycle, basically treasure hunt, and everybody's getting into it. Moving on to some interesting items coming in 11.0.7. Yeah, step 5 is the rare pets, very specific. Yeah, there's some interesting stuff going on that I'll talk about probably tomorrow. Embrace your inner pirate with 11.0.7. We got some interesting pirate transmog for all you booty pirates out there. That's right. Some interesting looking hats, maybe some that we've seen, some that are very different. This one's really cool, looking like an orc pirate hat. The beanie, of course, always nice if you just want to be a deck boy scrubbing people's decks. Shirts, chests, and other things, armor. Oh, yeah, the Vrykul. So you're going to notice something here. There's a lot of Vrykul theming going on, and a lot of Naga theming and pirate theming. That's basically what this patch is all about. Some nice stuff here in terms of that. And then we got some a belt here. And then some full sets. Let's get into these full sets. We got a full set here for cloth. These looks like a leather set here. Another Vrykul set, as I said before, with the tattoos. Those tattoos are part of the armor set. Pretty badass. I always like it when they do that. And then a dwarfy boy here. Nice little goblin set, pirate set. And then this is probably nice, but it's on a Vulpera, so I can't really tell if it's nice or not. But these are some nice looking sets overall. Cool stuff to be gotten. Some boots as well. If you want to be a pirate, this is a good patch to do it. Don't forget, Plunderstorm's also returning. So yes, you can fulfill your full pirate fantasies. Naga and Vrykul themed things. I told you guys, this is a theme here. It seems like the Vrykul and the Naga are going to be front and center going forward. So for all of you Naga tentacle hentai lovers, this is going to be your patch for sure. We got some interesting looking, this is an old god looking claw right here. That's cool. We got a little dagger. These are pretty damn nice. Look at these Vrykul hammers. Look at this one with the coral and everything. Honestly, you could probably do like a nice Pirates of the Caribbean themed, what's it called? Davy Jones ship looking armor set. This is a really good looking Vrykul sword right here. Some cool looking stuff, some barnacles on these, obviously. More Vrykul looking things. I love the Vrykul theme. Fur on the sword. Practically I would think that would get very dirty, but aesthetically it's pretty damn nice. So we got we got a furry sword. Yeah, furry swords in the game now. A Naga shield. Not bad looking. Ghost pirates, yeah. And then a nice little, man, I just love the you make anything look Viking, and I'm probably gonna want it. An interesting looking pole arm here. We got more Naga stuff. The Triton, that's right. You want to be King Triton, you can do that here. More Vrykul theme. What is this here? A wand? Oh, it's a nice looking wand actually. Damn. And a bow here, and another bow. Yeah, so if you're a hunter and you want to get yourself some huntery things, this could be the patch for you. Nice looking Vrykul things. Now the stuff that we all want to get into. Are you getting nerfed? Are you getting buffed? You're about to find out because Samiccus is going to get into this patch notes. Here we go. Blood and Frost DKs buffed out the ass. That's right, if you're a Blood DK, prepare yourself to do some more damage. Developers' notes on this: the tuning updates done to Deathbringer hero talent tree at the beginning of the patch have notably affected Blood's output more than Frost. The damage effects in Keystone and the Capstone talents are being increased to make Deathbringer a more competitive choice again. Thank God. We've been hitting like a fucking limp dick wet noodle for the last month. Finally. So here we go. Reaper's Mark, initial stacking damage increased by 25%. Exterminate damage increased by 25%. Wave of Souls damage increased by 25%. For Frost, you're also getting some love. Obliterate increased by 12%. Frost Strike by 12%. And Breath of Cindergosa by reduced by 10%. Oh, shit. So maybe some rebalancing there. Interesting. Maybe they want less of your damage occurring in the burst window. I don't know how that's going to... Yeah, I don't know how that's going to pan out. We'll have to see. These increases are nice, but this... we'll probably see how this all simulates out. But anyways, overall, I think Death Knights are looking a bit better here. Druid. Here we go. Druids are getting buffs. Restoration, Swift Men Healing increased by 25%. Now, Feral's getting some good buffs, and they need it because, my God, Feral Druids are freaking... they disappeared. Nobody's playing Feral right now. So here we go. Rip Break and Rampant Ferocity now increased by 10%. This isn't a PvP thing. Apex Predator chance trigger multiplying targets increased slightly. Druid of the Claw. Strike for the Heart increases the critical strike chance of your damage. Shred, Swipe, and Mangled by 15% was 10. So some nice boost to Feral. I don't know if this is going to make Feral viable. I think Feral people are still Feral. They're going to be, and maybe these things help a little bit. Couldn't tell you the last time I saw a Feral Druid. Same here. I honestly have not seen a cat person in a very long time. Guardian. Druid of the Claw. Strike of the Heart increase the critical strike chance damage by Shred and Swipe and Mangled by 15%. Nice for them. Hunters. Hunters getting a bit of a nerf. At least survival. As developer notes on this, they have found that a lot of success of the 11.0.5 update to Merciless Blow in concert with Pack Leader Bleeding Synergies. We're adjusting it slightly to ensure the build is still competitive, but not quite as dominant. That's right. That's known in the industry as a nerf, people. You're getting nerfed. So here we go. Merciless Blow damage reduced by 15%. Does not apply to PvP. And then Pack Leader. Vicious Hunt damage reduced by 20%. Does not apply to PvP as well. So some nerfs there. Survival's been doing really good. Hunters have been doing really good. So I can't feel too bad for them. But if you've been enjoying Survival, you're going to do a little bit less damage now. Now Mage. Here we go. Mage. Frost and Fire getting buffed. We looked at the damage charts just the other day, and Fire was at the very bottom. They're a bottom right now, getting pounded by everybody. Looks like they're finally going to get their time in the sun, the fiery sun. Who knows? Here we go. Developer notes on this. Fire has been underperforming in single target. Yeah, that's an understatement, and could use some help. Rather than just distribute this bonus through a myriad of spells, we're opting to put most of our budget into Pyroblast to ensure this spell is keeping pace with the rest of the Fire's kit. Oh, interesting. I've always been a Pyroblast enjoyer. To me, it's the most fun way to play, is to try to trigger those Pyroblasts if you're playing Fire Mage. In my past life, I was a Fire Mage enjoyer, so this is good to hear for them. Frostfire. Fire Mastery now grants 2%, was 1. Isonic Core, Comet Storm, effectiveness increased by 200%, was 150. Frostfire burst damage increased by 25%. Frostfire infused damage increased by 50%. Excess frost cooldown reduction to increase to 10% was 5. And then we got Ashes, Feather, Phoenix Flames damage bonus increased by 50% was 25. Pyroblast damage increased by 8%, and then Meteoric Direct damage increased by 25%. So buffs across the board for Fire Mage. They needed it. They needed it. And so did Frost a little bit. The only one that's really performing amazing right now is Arcane. Frost has been doing not too bad. Basically, Fire was in the shithole, so they definitely needed. Here we go for Frost. Fire Mastery now grants 2%. Haste was 1%. Isothermic Core, Meteor effectiveness increased by 150. This is the same as here. Frostfire 25. Frostfire infused 50. Excess Fire, yep, so kind of the same thing. It's playing off the Frostfire mechanics, so it's a buff for Fire. Here's also a buff for Frost, a little bit of some of these abilities, so that's good for them. Monk. Monk's getting a buff. That's right, Monk is getting a buff. Windwalker, at least, is. Here we go. Conduit of Celestial. Okay, Strength of the Black Ox damage increased by 100%. Flight of the Red Crane, 100%. Courage of the White Tiger, 35%. Then we got Fisting of the Fury damage. increased by 20%. That's a 20% increase in fisting. That's what we want to hear. Blackout Kick, increased by 8%. Flurry of the Jeanne, damage increased by 40%. Courageous Impulse now gives you a 200% damage increase, was 125. Shadow Boxing Threads, Blackout Kick by 20%, was 10. That's an increase in damage there. Developer notes, we're looking to increase Windwalker's overall performance in AoE and single target through target adjustments to a few baseline spells, as well as push some of the underrepresented talents for increasing build diversity. So nice things for Windwalker there. And then Mistweaver, Conduit of the Celestial Courage of the White Tiger, damage increased by 35%. So showing some loves to the monks out there. Sam's Baldness increased by 15%. I wish. I actually feel like it's more of a 25% increase in balding right now. It's happening pretty quick. Greetings to many people from Canada. Oh, look at that. We got a real Canadian in here. What is up with the Brutosaur giveaway? I see. Is it real? It is real. Watching 1 hour of stream will give you 1 point to enter into the giveaway. Speaking of which, let's give these paladins away. That's right. Protection. Lightsmith. Oh, no. What is that? We're getting nerfed, guys. Getting nerfed. Here we go. Paladins are getting nerfed. Armament decreased by 50%. Lightsmith, Divine Guidance damage reduced by 20%. Lightsmith, Forge Reckoning damage reduced by 15%. And then Refining Fire damage reduced by 10%. Oh, no. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. But Prop Pally's been fucking dominating. So that's okay if they get a little bit of a nerf here. For Priest, we got some healing increases. Thank God, because healing is sucking right now in the game, as is tanking. So hopefully those priests can heal a little bit better. Rogue. Let's see, Rogue. Sub-Titty. Yes, Plague damage effects increased by 45%, and Black Powder damage increased by 20%. And then Shaman. We got Shaman here. We got some nerfs to Enhancement. We know Enhancement right now is currently doing absolutely amazing. Enhancement is top tier. They are the best DPS in the game. We looked at their stats just the other day. They're getting a bit of a nerf. That's right. Just accept the baldness. I can't. I refuse. And I'll keep going until there's one hair left on my head, and then I guess I'll shave it off. Here we go. Elemental. Chain of Lightning damage, Ancestral, increased by 30%. Lava Burst damage increased by 15%. This is for Elemental, by the way. Latent Wisdom, now increased Ancestral damage by 25%. Routine Communication, now has an 8% chance to trigger, was 5%. And then Maelstrom Supremacy, now gives you an increase in damage by 15%, was 8. Restoration also getting a nice increase here. We got Chain of Lightning increased by 30%, and Lava Burst increased by 15%, and then Enhancement. We got a little bit of a nerf. That's right. All Maelstrom Weapon Spender damage reduced by 8%. Now, I don't know how much Maelstrom plays into their rotation, whether or not this is actually a big deal. The developer notes here say we're reducing the power of Maelstrom Weapon Spenders for Enhancement to lower their overall damage output. All Maelstrom Weapon Spender damage reduced by 8%. Okay. We'll have to see how that all pans out. Warrior. Getting some reductions. That's right. Getting some reductions. It's sad to see, but it's going to happen. Colossus Warrior are meant to be innately tough and hard to kill. So we're increasing their overall resilience. This is particularly aimed to help level the field between Mountain Thane and Colossus. For Protection Warrior, more passive resistance for Colossus versus Mountain Thane, more active mitigation playstyle. So here we go. Arms, Mountain and Muscle Scars, now reduce damage taken by 5%. That's a buff for Arms. And then Colossus Dominus and Colossus now causes enemy damage by Demolish to deal up to 10% less damage, was 5. So those are nice buffs there, actually. Hold on, these are buffs. I said these are nerfs. No. Warrior's getting some love. What am I saying? Protection now. Mountain of the Muscle Scars now reduces damage taken by 5%, was 2.5. And then Dominance of Colossus now causes enemy damage by Demolish to deal up to 10% less damage to you. That was 5%. Now we got some PvP stuff in here. Different damage reductions and stuff like that. I usually don't get into the PvP stuff. I will link this article in the chat and below in the YouTube video if you guys want to get into that. Yeah, now, Blizzard trying to reduce and buff things to try to get people to play different hero talents, to rebalance hero talents and stuff. Interesting stuff. These are a lot of big changes, though, coming in 10.0.7. And finally, something else you can change, your shirt. That's right, change your shirt, because Blizzard's releasing some new Warcraft RTS and Anniversary merch on the Blizzard store. These have got that retro look to them if you're into that stuff. Some interesting, look at that. That's the original Orcs and Humans look right there. All these shirts have that weathered look to them. Let me see the Warcraft 3. Yeah, Frozen Throne, that's a good one. That's a good one. Might have to go snag that one. Nice little mug there and a pin as well. If you got some money to spend, go ahead and spend it. That's right. And that is all in terms of news.